nothing. Forget about a clue. They have not even, managed to gather the facts that were available also. And don't you think that, handing over from agency to agency, from police to the SIT, from SIT to the CID, there might be some crucial evidences that might have been wiped out?
Well, in this regard, at one point of time, there used to be a joke about the courts having this whole tariq pe tariq business. And now it's become so rampant that it's no longer a joke. You cannot have adjournments being issued for such serious matters on a regular basis. So why the lawyer in representation of the government is asking for adjournments is beyond me. But there is another concern, and I think I can summarize what Mr. Sinha and any other parent in this situation would be looking for, and that's transparency, transparency, and transparency. I understand that CID and special investigation teams have a particular way of conducting investigations, and you cannot disclose all that information. And to that regard, you are protected in terms of the law, such as the Right to Information Act. You are not allowed to disclose your case diary, particularly to the accused once an accused has been apprehended and proceedings against him begin. However, there has to be some sort of an administrative mechanism that at the one hand addresses the victims. Because as we clearly see over here, the victim is completely being forgotten, and so is the victim's family members, who simply want to know what is going on in the matter. And then secondly, a sort of a transparency in terms of the methodology broadly that they're seeking in terms of the investigation.
Right.
Now, if there is an angle, suppose that this person has been abducted for the purpose of conducting some sort of cyber crimes or compelling him to do a cyber crime, obviously this is a sensitive nature, but I don't see why the administration can't at least issue certain sort of public notices, public circulars about the general direction in which it is going. One part of criminal the administration of law is not just the actual implementation of rules, but also the kind of narratives that an administration issues to the public to give it the faith that they are behind the job. Now, of course, the measured man such as, the DCP who's sitting with us would have taken the charge hands-on.
Right.
But given that this is an institutional mechanism, as the DCP sir himself said, which requires coordination from all bodies and every agency, I can see that there is a certain risk of evidence being tampered along the way, evidence being losing its sort of force along the way, or that golden hour by which we could have collected crucial evidence being lost.
This might be intentional or not intentional, because as time progresses, maybe we lose out on certain things. But on that, we are being connected by a human rights activist who wants to go and speak to Mr. Sinha. We are connected by a human rights activist, Mr. Anil Nayak. Mr. Nayak, go ahead. You can pose your questions. What do you want to say to Mr. Sinha?
No, I just want to tell you how I am also silently working on this issue. See, the initial stages, I will tell you, the HAL police and the concerned DCP Whitefield, they have erred to the maximum. See, it was not a very big issue to trace out a missing person.